Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be talking about a medium format film camera, the Mamiya 645 Super. I'm going to be giving an overview and kind of a tutorial for this camera before you buy it, or if you're just looking into maybe getting one. I'm going to show you what you need to know about this camera, like loading it, unloading it, how to take off the lens, take off the prism finder, everything. I even got cool little accessories for it to show you. So, hope you enjoy. Alright, so the Mamiya 645 Super medium format film camera. Okay, so this was my first medium format film camera. Actually, the Mamiya 645, the original one was, but it crapped out on me. I got off of eBay and the guy replaced it with this, which is pretty crazy because this costs a lot more, and he threw in all kinds of extra stuff. So anyways, I'm going to show you an overview on the outside of the camera, and then we're going to start taking things apart. So let's start with right here. Here's the hot shoe mount for the flash. Here's the flash sink right here. Here's mirror up for landscape photography, you know, or you just want a reduced shake, so you just flick it up right here. It says M up. This is for the strap. There's also one on the other side. This is for the strap. You can download the manual. Of course, all this stuff, if I leave something out, the manual for this camera is on the internet for free at mamiyaleaf.com. Just Google Mamiya 645 Super, and I'm pretty sure it's the first thing to pop up. So if I leave anything out, you can go ahead and go over there and check that out. But here is, I just ordered a release cable, shutter release cable. This is where you put it right here. See, this covers it up. And just open it up, put it in there. It's electronic. This is how you release the lens. Push this in. So we can go ahead and do that. First push that in, and you twist counterclockwise, and the lens comes off. So this is the 80 millimeter. No, this is the 55 millimeter f2.8. It's a wide angle. It's not that wide, but it does the job. So here's the inside of the camera. See, there goes the mirror up. Reduce the shake, because it does not have a lens with leaf shutter, and I do not either. So here's the battery check button right here. It says BC. See, you hit that, it lights up this light over here. This is for it has three dots. It has a red dot, a white dot, and a yellow dot. The red dot is to conserve power. It locks everything up. You can't take a picture. You send the white, that's just regular shooting. And also this is the shutter button for when you do not have the grip. There's a couple grips for it. So if you do not, and you have the winding knob, this is how you'll take a picture using this, the prism finder, typically. There is also no, I guess not. Alright, so anyways. And then yellow is for multiple exposure. So it'll take multiple exposures. I keep it on the red to save power. So yeah, that's the front and the side. Here on the bottom is your tripod mount. And right here is your battery cover. You just push this in and pop it out like that, and it takes a 6-volt battery. I actually have one right here. I'll get a close-up on this one right here. You can get this any camera store, online or anything. It's just a 6-volt. I can't get it in focus. Yeah, it's a very common battery. They're still being made, so don't fret. Most film cameras take this battery. Okay, so alright, so everything on here comes apart. This is not just one big body, okay? It's very big, but it all disassembles. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off this. This is what I use to take the picture. It's my grip. It's got a motor drive in it. It'll pull the film forward, advance it forward for me. It will roll it forward to the first exposure by just going to start on it. Let me flip it around. And it has a battery check on it right here. Let me get a little bit in focus. Okay, so it has battery check. It has off, on, and then start. I'm not going to do start because I'm going to sit here for a second and let it do its thing. Here's the shutter dial. It goes all the way up to 1/1000th of a second, which is pretty awesome. That's about all you need. It also has bulb. All that, but if you push it down to these two settings right here, it will lock back and you can't go in between these. I'm pretty sure, which like I told you, I don't know everything, so you might have to go to the manual. One is for the shutter release cable, which I'm going to find out soon when mine comes in the mail. But anyways, once it gets to these two, you're going to have to press in. There's a button right here. You're going to have to press this button in and then rotate it back to the normal settings. And so we've got bulb, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, all the way back up to 1/1000th of a second. So all right, so the motor drive, it takes 6 AA batteries. Okay, and the way we take this off is there's a button right here. I'm going to press that button in and I'm going to push up on this and it pops off like that. Oh yeah, also there's a multi-exposure right here. Okay, so that's going to change this right here. This goes over top of the multi. So look at all these options for doing multiple exposure. And this is where the hand crank knob would go, or this. I prefer this. Some people like it, you know, to hand crank it, but this camera doesn't look like an old camera. It actually looks like kind of a newer medium format camera, so I don't see the point of trying to, you know, act like it's still vintage. It doesn't seem very vintage. And we're going to take off the prism. The way you take off the prism is you've got 2 buttons on each side. You push this one in, I believe, yep, you push this one down on the right side and it pops off. And it's got these 2 little hooks right here. For putting it back in, you'll push those down first and push it in. So this is the prism finder. They have metered prism finders. They have a bunch. They have an over the head one where you'd have to look down into the camera like this, which I'm not really a fan of. Some people may be. I'm not. I like the prism finder. This one is not, it does not have auto exposure, so I have to use a light meter if I really am too worried about a scene, the lighting scene. So, and they cost a little bit more. This one's cheaper, of course. There is in the manual, I'm not going to do it, but there's a way to take off this focusing screen and clean it, which maybe when you buy one, you're probably going to want to do that, so you can take that off and, you know, of course, clean inside and be very careful. Okay, so next we're going to take off this right here, this thing in the back. This is what holds the film. These are like magazines. I've actually got 2 for it, so I can load, say I can load black and white in this one, and then I can load color in this one, or I can load 400 Tri-X in this one, and T-Max in this one, whatever you want to do. So you can have interchangeable magazines. The Hasselblad does it. A bunch of medium format film cameras do that. So the way you take it off, it has 2 arrows pointing down on this one, and this is really annoying. I hate this. I wish they would have done it different, but whatever. You have to push these down, these 2 right here, and at the same time press into that top one with the left thumb. It's kind of hard to do this with explaining. Alright, and then it pops right off. Okay, so you see it comes completely apart. Alright, and this is what's left. This is the body. That's all. That's pretty crazy. So the interchangeable back. Alright, so I've got 2 backs, and they're in great condition. They're well taken care of. On top is, if you do have an A prism, you can set your ISO for the reading. It's all electronic. Everything's electronic. Here's a winder right here, manually doing it. Alright, and then so when we took it off, we had to press in the left one by pushing these down at the same time, but now you're going to have to press in this one on the right, this button on top. So you're going to push down, hit that, open it up, and inside is your film magazine. And this is the same one. You can use this one on the 645, the old one, 645, the original, and then the 1000 J or S or whatever, I don't know. And the Pro, of course, too. That's another thing. All this stuff can go on a Pro, which is pretty cool. So if you have a Super or Pro or Pro TL, they use most of the same stuff. Alright, so I'm not going to load film on this. We can do that. I have another video here on Hey Don't Shoot channel while loading this camera, but yeah, I'm not going to go into that. So, alright, we'll put that back in. Another thing about this is it has, I don't really know what to call it. It seals off the light. You can't pull this out, okay? So once you attach it to the camera, that's how you attach it. You take this metal plate right here and you line it up with this little receiving end, and then it just snaps together like that. Once it's snapped together, you can pull this out, and then you're able to take pictures. You're not going to be able to take pictures, of course, without doing that. But the reason behind this is so I can change it out to this back without letting light in and exposing my whole roll and ruining it. So that is a kind of long overview, and it's, you know, I didn't go in too depth, but I'm going to go over some of the accessories. Like I said, you can put the cable release. It has a cable release option. Get one of those. Electronic, pretty nice. The flash sync, the hot shoe, the AE prism, you know, and all these accessories or add-ons or whatever are not that expensive, and you can find them on eBay. Pretty much just eBay or your local camera store if they sell this sort of stuff. This is not very popular camera here in South Korea, but so it's kind of hard to find things. I looked forever to find this, the film magazine. So putting back together is about the same as taking all apart. I've already showed you the magazine, and I told you how to put the prism on. We're going to put the grip back on. You're going to want to line this up inside of here, which is not hard at all. You just take it. Okay, and you've got to ensure that this is up, by the way. This right here, this little lever that I was talking about, when you had to push down on it, it has to be up before you put it on. So I'm going to try to put it on backwards so I can show you. Alright, so it just pushes in and you pull down and it locks into place, and make sure that it's locked. I was shooting not too long ago handheld, and you know how you love to hold your camera with one hand like this, and it popped off and I caught it. I caught the body with my left hand, thank God. So oh yes, here we go. I forgot to show you the Polaroid back. Okay, so the Polaroid back. Alright, you're not going to be able to shoot a full-sized Polaroid picture. That is because of this right here on the back. Now the film is about the size of this whole back, but that is going to be the size of your image. This is more for if you're shooting a model or shooting a landscape. You could throw in, which is still being made, Fujifilm FP100C Professional. This is still being made. I use it in my Polaroid 104 automatic land camera, and this is great film. And so when you, it's like your preview button compared to digital, you know, when you press play on your camera and see how your image turned out. So, but it cost you, you know, these are about $7 a box with 10 exposures. So don't get disappointed if you buy one of these thinking that you're going to shoot a full-size Polaroid photo. You're not. It's going to be the lower left corner of the picture. And these are easy to load. There's tons of them for all sorts of medium format film cameras, so they're all over the web. And it's easy to go on. It's the same as loading the magazine. It's got that little metal plate down there, and it plops on like that. So this is the end of my video for the Mamiya 645 Super. I hope you got something out of it. If you didn't, leave some comments down below and let me know what else I should have thrown in there. Let everybody know, and for the next video, throw in more.